I've lost my voice a little bit today, so hopefully you'll bear with me and I'll be able to pick it all up anyway. So when Gavan asked me to do this entrepreneurship, I had a quick think, and the main thing that comes out to me in my life is that I'm on a journey. Okay? And I'm going to take you through that journey, and hopefully there'll be enough in my journey to be able to inform some of the things that are happening in your own lives to help yourselves. So it's my entrepreneurial journey, and any of you who know, and Damien's mentioned it this morning, my background may be asking yourselves, why would a successful barrister, with all the trappings that go with that, big house in South Belfast, exotic holidays, driving flash cars, making plenty of money, and with lots more where that came from, walk away from it all and start all over again from scratch. And then be on my feet here today without my wig and gown to shield me. Interestingly, my wife's still asking me that very question. If you work out the answer by the end of this speech, I'll be happy if you let me know. Seriously though, there are 3 reasons why I'm here today. Firstly, to help me answer the question that I just posed. Secondly, to repay a life debt to Damien from two decades ago. The less said about that, the better. Amen. And thirdly, to hopefully provide you with some of the knowledge I've gained over the years to help you on your various entrepreneurial journeys. I should say that the content of this speech applies equally to entrepreneurs who work within, I see some great entrepreneurs here, certainly from health and technology and elsewhere. Entrepreneurs who are leaders within their various businesses, even though they're actually employed. So it applies to entrepreneurs and entrepreneurs. I'll be upfront here, success is extremely important to us. Having left the bar around a decade ago, the Wall Group started as one very small store with a handful of staff. It wasn't unlike the comedy Open All Hours. In fact, I'm still trying to work out whether I'm Arkwright or Granville. Again, maybe you can tell me by the end of this. Somehow we've grown to the stage that we've just agreed our 9th store. We're a mixture of Spar, Subway and Yogi Berry stores, largely in North Belfast. And including the new store, we'll employ now 150 staff, more than 150 staff, with a turnover in excess of 20 million per annum. But success for me is not the 9th store, or the 8th store, or in fact the 1st store. Success is really about the journey and the mindset. So, what is the key to entrepreneurial success? Is it difficult to attain? Why are so few prepared to take the risks that are required to achieve it? Is it because of the fear of failure? The mistake made is that most define success too narrowly. They define it based on whether a certain destination is reached. But this is an incorrect matrix to measure success. The essential element to achieving success is that you start your own journey. Arthur Ashe, the iconic tennis player, said, "Success is a journey, not a destination. The doing is often more important than the outcome." And it doesn't matter where or how small you started, once you acquire the knowledge that you're on a journey, it no longer matters how much or how little you have at any particular point in that journey. Because believe me, once you're on an entrepreneurial journey, there's plenty of that, and you'll hear that in my speeches we go through. You trust in your journey. And if you do trust in your journey, it will ultimately deliver the goals that you have. For example, I'm a middle-aged man who drives a pink and white car with graphics of a bear and an ice cream splashed all over it. Now, middle-aged men and pink and white cars are words that should just not be in the same sentence at any point. But why do I have the courage to drive this now, when I used to drive a Porsche 911 when I was a barrister? It's quite simple. Because the knowledge of the journey is so embedded in me now that I don't worry about the perceptions of others anymore. I know that the branded car is part of my journey. Once you started on your journey, success, and this is absolutely key, success is determined by whether you are genuinely challenging yourself to grow, to try new things, to push at your limits. Putting yourself in danger of failing is key, and you must be prepared to scare the crap out of yourself, just like I'm doing here today. And trust me, if you're not regularly scaring the crap out of yourself, you are not on a journey. As soon as you grasp this concept and ally it to big dreams, hard work, and some sacrifice, the achievements rack up very, very quickly. Anthony Robbins said, "The only impossible journey is one you never begin." So, how and why did I end up in a journey? What got me started? How do I even know about the journey? And how do I manage to keep travelling along it despite the hurdles and challenges and inevitable failures? Like many entrepreneurs, as a child, I was precocious, very independent. My mother said she could have sent me out to work at the age of 6, and given my behaviour at times, she probably wished she had. I was fascinated by numbers. I know Kevin is a real numbers man, but I'm not in the same league as Kevin, but I was fascinated by numbers. I used to ask for stocks and shares for Christmas instead of toys. Most kids were listening to Haircut 100, and I was watching the FTSE 100. This is weird, but true. Maybe it is. But my father was a founding partner in the busy law firm in Belfast. Ultimately, at 18 years, burdened by expectation, but not coercion, I chose Law University over what my heart wanted, which was business studies, and the die had been cast. I expect the rest of my life to have been played out in Donnelly and Wall solicitors here in Belfast. And to be honest, this expectation fostered a fairly cancerous approach to my life, in that I felt all I had to do was the bare minimum and I was set for life. There was no personal development required. I consequently became quite immature as a young adult. Keep my hand up, Davey, has seen that. Back in the day. Fast forward 6 years and 2 weeks before I qualified as a solicitor, my dad came home from a night out with friends. He was a bit worse for wear. I'm sure you can work out what that means. And he uttered the words that are still etched on my psyche to this very day. "Son, you'll be paddling your own canoe. I'm taking early retirement." And he promptly went to bed stocious. We never spoke about this again to this day. 2 weeks later, I was an unemployed solicitor. Happy days, I hear you say, one less ambulance chaser. But not a happy day for me, or so I thought. It took me several years to realise, with far too many parties, too many pints and too many hangovers. And Damien had the misfortune to be my manager part of that time, but my true journey had actually started that night. I didn't realise it at the time. It was forged in a furnace of pain and anger, and from my perception of abandonment. But bizarrely, the hurt became a very potent cocktail, which lit the fire of my sole aim in life of becoming more successful than my dad, whom I felt had taken away my safe life. In reality, he actually did me the biggest favour of my life, but my silver spoon was replaced by a blowtorch of determination. After a few abortive attempts to get into business, I chickened out and stuck with law, taking up a job as a solicitor with the civil service. On day one, I realised it was a mistake. The day I joined, the head of department said to me, "Good luck to you, son. Thank God I have only 3 years and 254 days until I retire." First thing I heard, straight out of the lift. That's what he said. Hopefully hopefully the induction process at the Walton is a little more uplifting for our new recruits. So, but there's one thing to be said about the civil service. At 40 hours per week, it left me plenty of time to pursue additional opportunities. And by my late 20s, I was working hard as a solicitor, as well as operating the most successful UK international phone card franchise. I don't know, just drop that in there. It's true, yeah, but I'm building a successful property portfolio. It was the late 90s and I was enjoying my journey again. But the place where I worked had many negative people with negative mindsets. To be fair, 20% of them were great. 80% of them were Victor Meldrews without the humour. Even though I had a great sweet spot going on with my franchise, my property and my job, and was having success, I decided to leave the civil service. As Joel Osteen, the celebrated business author, said, you cannot expect to live a positive life if you hang with negative people. In addition to being surrounded by positive people, to succeed on a journey, you need a strong support network, and if possible, a very understanding, forgiving and generous spouse. I'm sure many of you all will know that. In our house, that's my wife, by the way, just in case you were wondering which one of us it was. In my late 20s, and I told her that I had huge goals and I was on a journey. I can be honest now that I conditioned her support for the journey early in our relationship. I remember one particular weekend when we went to Dublin for a break in 1998. Taking time off work is fairly rare for me, as I love working. I know I'm a bit odd. So this was a big deal for us going to Dublin for the weekend. Helen might even have been expecting a proposal that weekend. We checked our bags into a nice hotel in Dublin and headed to a restaurant in Temple Bar on Friday night for a meal. Just as we ordered, I received a call to my mobile phone from the local restaurant on Shaftesbury Square. Now, I'm sure some of you are old enough to remember late night kebabs from the Mogul on the way home from Laffrey's Bar. Maybe in clip for one or two, I don't know. Well, the owner was one of my biggest customers for phone cards. He was selling about £1,000 worth per week, and he'd sold out heading into the busy weekend period. This sounds awful, but when Helen agreed without protestation to go straight home to Belfast so I could restock Mr. Singh, that was probably the day I decided I would ask her to marry me. She understood me, and she will kill me for sharing that. But the warning signs were there, and she had her chance to run. She stayed. Helen has had a rewarding career herself as an accountant, but thankfully her journey is a steadier one than mine. She has an amazing ability to stay calm and be stoic in the face of adversity. This is a very useful trait when you're married to me. I only realised what her life was like when I recently watched the film The Founder, about Ray Kroc, who created the McDonald's empire as we know it today. I don't know if any of you have seen that. I recommend it. But just like Ray Kroc did with his wife, I come home to Helen most nights like a ball of energy, full of harebrained ideas and plans, and it normally starts, Helen, wait until you hear this one, this is brilliant. And Helen normally asks me to calm down and wise her up. I then respond, don't worry love, 90% of them will come to nothing. Whereby she'll retort, but it's the 10% I'm worried about. So make sure you have strong support in your network to help you along your journey. I ultimately escaped the civil service, having sold a few assets to fund going back to Queen's and switched from solicitor to barrister in the late 90s. I was on a journey again, and the barrister life was amazing. I made one early decision, which was pretty entrepreneurial. I decided to do only criminal work right from the outset. I refused all other work. Barry from Legal Aid will tell you, this was a high-risk strategy, as most barristers take whatever scraps they can get whenever they start out. But I thought I could get a name quicker if I specialised in a niche, and I was right. I settled very quickly. I was respected, built a large practice rapidly, and earned an extremely good living doing really interesting work. My original grounding for my journey about my father dissipated over that time, and I was content. I had achieved what I had set out to do. Ironically, as soon as that happened, my desire to continue my journey of self-challenge and personal development started to bubble up. So it was great work all over the country, but essentially it dawned on me 30 years more of doing something I had largely mastered as a barrister was not a journey in my mind, even though there would just ostensibly be lots of success attached to it. I felt, and still do, that business, entrepreneurship, is the ultimate challenge. There are no barriers to entry, such as 5 years at university. You make the rules, you determine your own path, but you're up against competitors who are trying to do similarly. It is the ultimate test. Business is unlimited, and the destination is unknown. How exciting is that? By 2007-2008, I had a lot of property, including a very small petrol station on the Crumlin Road, which Gillian and Darren know well, in Belfast, next to Crumlin Road Gold. When I say very small, I mean tiny. 468 square feet, the size of a bedsit. It was rented out to someone else, and I'd never intended to trade from it. On the 19th of November 2008, I received a phone call to say customs officers were on the forecourt and were closing it down. I quickly made my way there to observe them loading petrol pumps onto the back of a loader. This was scary. Customs explained the tenant had sold laundered fuel. The barrister and me got excited. Oh, this is raw stuff. And I asked for the warrants that they were using to extract the pumps. Bizarrely, I had beaten the case on exactly the same powers in Tyrone earlier that year, and I informed them of this, just to get to know the back of it. You're dealing with sunshine. I said, you do know he'll be back in here within 48 hours if you do this. I then asked, what is it that you really want? What is your ultimate goal in all of this? You will see a theme in my speech of finding out what the other side or the potential partner wants so that I can create win-win scenarios. They said that he had a network of 5 stations and they wanted him stopped. My cogs were really going overtime during this 10-minute period, thinking, is this my opportunity? Can I do it? The proverbial back of a bag packet was being worked flat out in my head. I said very naively, I can deliver what you want, but you need to put the pumps back in, and I run the business. But you're a barrister, they said with a puzzled look. Not anymore, I replied. The Wall Group was born in that very moment, and I was on my journey again. You can just imagine the crack in our house that night as I arrived home to tell my 8-month pregnant wife Helen our good news. Our baby was born, and it certainly wasn't the one she was expecting. I did a deal with Henderson's, they're a great partner, to brand Spar, and asked them what they thought were challenging targets for this store. They told me 10% growth in 12 months would be an excellent result. Remember, I knew absolutely nothing about convenience retail. Helen did all the shopping in the house, I'm very sad to say. But I now knew what my wholesale partner thought was excellent, and I set about smashing it. I reckoned that Spar could play a huge part in my future if I delivered more than 10% growth. Fast forward 12 months, and turnover was up an unbelievable 100%. We doubled it. They literally thought I could walk on water. That makes it sound very easy, but there were certainly tough times and a lot of hard work learning a new industry. So how do you achieve your goals? The first thing to do is to have a plan. Then write it down and commit to it. But I take this a step further. I emailed my 10-year plan that I made for the Wall Group to a friend. I still have the email to this day, 9 years later, and I consult it regularly. Your own plan, of course, can be shorter for ease of sticking to it. I usually go full metal jacket on most things, as you might have gathered by now. But if you do not write down your plan, you cannot achieve your goals. It's as simple as that. If it's not written down, it will not be achieved. When it's thought about deeply, written down and then shared, your chances of achieving it grow exponentially. Most people never get this far, but for those who do, they still fail because they are not prepared to make the sacrifices that will be necessary to stick to the plan. I also advocate writing down the sacrifices you're prepared to make to stick to the plan. We're alive on average for 80 years. Would you sacrifice a few of them if it would build the foundation for a lifetime of achievement and freedom for you and your family? Amazingly, to me, very few are prepared to think about those sacrifices, let alone write them down and then keep them. Just to prove my point, here's a wee test for you all. It's the 6th of February. We're only 5 weeks away from New Year. And how many have already tossed away their New Year's resolutions? I'll let you think about that again. No. So I committed in that plan to totally sacrificing 7 years of my life. That's almost 10% of my life expectancy. I promised to dedicate those 7 years exclusively towards work. I cleared it with my very supportive wife, letting her know the difference it would make for the rest of our lives after the 7 years, ensuring spousal support. When Helen read this last night, she said she's still waiting for the diamonds. I let Helen know that I'd be working 100 hours a week, 7 days per week. Some of the sacrifices I noted down that I was going to make may make you laugh, or wince, or both. I didn't attend a barber throughout that time. Now, that doesn't mean I look like Chewbacca at the end of it all. I shaved my own head every 2 months for 7 years so I could save time back for work. I had no passport, so I couldn't go on holiday. My family went on holiday without me. And to be fair, they probably had a better time without me there. Prior to my plan, my passion was Tottenham Hotspur, and I would have attended my Tartan 10 times a season. This ceased completely. I just renewed my season ticket this year, so I'm glad to say that's happened. I gave up alcohol completely. That was critical to productivity and probably deserves a whole speech on its own. I had a total of 32 days off work during that time. I had no Christmas dinner for 7 years, as we had stores open on Christmas Day, and I had to show that I was prepared to do that if I was going to ask staff. My wife is very devout, and I informed her that I would not be attending church throughout this period on Sunday. We scrimped every single penny in our personal lives. We regularly went about. I can remember only using my window wipers on intermittent, even in rainstorms, for fear that I'd wear them out and have to buy a new set. My wife asked me to take this one out. Look, we ate out-of-date food as a staple diet. If we'd had better processes in our spar stores, maybe there wouldn't have been enough out-of-date food to eat, so maybe I have to look at that. I pursued a policy of what I call total gratification deferment. And again, that deserves a whole speech on its own. Now, maybe I'm a little extreme. I would not recommend this level of extremity to everyone. But as I said, I like to do things full metal jacket at all times. But if I'm honest with you, there were various reasons why my period of sacrifice was going to take longer than most, particularly around the financial crisis in the late noughties, as our personal finances imploded due to my huge property portfolio, and we lost everything we had, including our family home. If I had returned to being a barrister in the late noughties, this may not have happened because of the cash flow I would have had. But I was on a journey and I wasn't getting off the bus. So ask yourselves today, what genuine sacrifices are you prepared to make to achieve the success that you want? Because of my outperformance at store 1, Henderson's wanted to support me in store 2. See if I could repeat the Jesus thing and walk on water again. And I did. But remember, the journey, the plan, the spousal support, the win-win scenarios, and the sacrifices, they made it possible. The next 7 years were spent impressing my partners, Spar, Subway, banks, employees, suppliers, my wife, my accountant, the customers, and making sure they were getting more out of our relationships than I was. Remember, they hold the key to your business development. As they own the brands, they provide finance, they serve the customers, they buy the products. It's more about them than it is actually about you. Make sure that they are getting more, or at least perceiving more, from the relationship than you. I often take pain, hurt, financial loss that I could easily force back onto them. But I put their interests ahead of mine to protect the relationship, because I know that delivers long-term growth. Failure is a necessary part of any journey. The knowledge that you're on a journey is critically important, so that your journey doesn't end when you have the inevitable failures. Success consists of going from failure to failure without loss of enthusiasm, said Winston Churchill. Or, as Chumbawamba would say, I get knocked down, and I get up again. He wants me to be his agent. I get knocked down, but I get up again. You are never going to keep me down. Maybe a little embarrassing, but it makes the point. But one critical trait to keep on the journey in my industry is resilience. I will never ever give up. Some of the things I've had to be resilient in the face of would make your toes curl. I've been surrounded and threatened with knives. I've been in a headlock while someone was snorting cocaine out of his sock. I've had my car doused in acid. Another car had every single solving panel smashed to pieces with hammers. Threatened, tire slashed, robbed and burgled more times than I can remember. I've had a convicted murderer attend a disciplinary and tell me not to sack someone. And guess what happened? She was sacked. Staff embezzlement, lawsuits, lied about, lied to, intimidated, fake Facebook campaigns against me in the business. I've had to close 2 businesses, 2 big failures, which are very painful and costly, but never was I deflected. I remained resilient. There's far more of this stuff than there is success. And that's why it's so important to understand that you're on a journey. It's critical. You will be stretched, tested and probed, but when you're still standing, you will achieve more than you ever thought possible. Just remember, folks, if it was easy, everyone would be doing it instead of watching EastEnders. So, what does the future hold for the Wall Group? Well, we're into the last year of that 10-year plan that I emailed to a friend, and we're on track. I'm just finalising a new 6-year business plan, which I've been working on for 6 months. Our target is to add a further 19 stores, taking us to 28 stores. Can you see what I've just done there? It wasn't. I've just shared my plan with all of you. I didn't have to do an email this time. It's out there. The email will post it all over social media now.
119, did you say?
People know about the plan. I can be held to it, but I'm not afraid if we don't achieve it. We will give it everything, but there is no fear there. Interestingly, the more people I tell, the more people want to help us to achieve it. So don't be afraid to share your plans. But that's a bigger target than we've ever achieved before, so I will have to continue on my journey of improvement and self-challenge. The next stage of our development will actually be less about me and more about how many followers and future leaders we develop in the Waldron to help change the face of North Belfast and beyond. And what about those promises I made to my wife and family? I've been to Portugal for the last 2 summers and on a skiing holiday. I'm back at church on a Sunday. I think that's what I was happiest about. And we're eating food that's in date. Well, most of the time anyway. Old habits die hard. I even use my window wipers on my pink and white Burnaby on food glass. So that's it from me today. Hopefully you can tell me later on over coffee why I jacked in the bar. There are lots of other elements to a journey such as leadership, team building, mentoring, leverage, visualization, but I'm time limited here today, so I hope to see you all on LinkedIn where you can follow the next leg of my entrepreneurial journey and where I will help to inspire you on your journey too.